Hey, you. Before listening to this podcast, I just want to let you know that I am looking for a co-host, like I said in the title of this podcast. And if you are interested, be sure to shoot me either a DM on Instagram or email me at my email. You guys know where to find it, the description or the about page of my channel. And yeah, I will consider you. And so the criteria is pretty much you are committed to doing it each week, you have a lot of energy, and you bring a lot of value to the podcast, and actively try to grow it as a whole and help plan and work on the podcast in general. But that's all I had for this, and now on to the episode you guys have been waiting for. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 9 of season 2 of the Cubes of Saturdays podcast. I'm your host Max Chan, or MC Stuff, and joining me today are two guests. I have Dan the Cuber, or Dan, you guys may know him, and also I have Jake as well. So thank you both for coming on the show today.
Yeah, no problem at all.
What's up, gamers?
So, how are you guys doing today?
I'm well.
So, today I just want to sort of talk about some different things. So, do you want to briefly introduce yourself to the listeners of the podcast real quick?
Alright, Daniel,
yes.
you start. You start.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So hey guys, I'm Daniel Solis, or on YouTube, you may know me as Dan the Cuber, and I started my cubing career last year actually. So yeah, my friend like 2 years ago, he had a cube that he knew how to solve. So yeah, and then that actually like inspired me to know like how to solve the cube. And at first I did give up a little bit, not gonna lie, because I was a bit like younger. But then last year I actually tried again, and I actually managed to do it. And now I average around 20 seconds. So yeah, that's just basically me. All right, Jake.
Alright, I started cubing February 9th, 2017. Or like that's the day I sold my first cube. So yeah, around 3.5 years ago. Because I just like saw one of my friends in my 6th grade homeroom doing it, and I thought that was cool, and so I learned how to solve it, and I just basically went from there, and I average around high 8 now on 3x3.
Nice.
3x3 is not an important event, like 5x5. 5x5 is my main event, and I average like 104.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I find that a lot of people get interested in cubing by somebody else, like whether you get influenced by like somebody in your school or something. Like I think both of you sort of had that, like a friend or somebody at school. Yeah, similar to me. I don't know if you guys have heard my story before, but I'm sure the listeners of this podcast have before. But I started cubing in, I want to say, August of 2015. So it's coming up. Actually, it was about 5 years or so, but I count it at my first competition. So my first competition was Manhasset Fall 2015. So I got influenced by a person at a summer camp also. And then I just bought my Rubik's brand, and then, that's how I continued. And on 3x3, I averaged, same as Jake, maybe around high 8s or so, maybe low 9s. And it's just continued like that. Okay, so Jake, you said you wanted to talk about being an all-arounder, because I was actually
Yeah.
looking at your WCA profile here as
No,
well.
those results are trash. Don't look at those.
I mean, it's still pretty good, honestly. A lot of them beat me, like
Oh,
most of
wow.
them. Do you want to just touch upon that a little bit more? What how would you define an all-arounder?
Just someone who's like, just I guess okay at all events, or like someone who at least practices all events. They don't necessarily have to be like great at them.
Okay, and what do you do to practice? Just asking.
So like my daily routine is like, when I start cubing in the morning, I'll start off with some 7x7 and 6x6 and 5x5, like just big cubes. And then I'll like work my way down, but I'll take a break before I do 3x3 if I do decide to do 3x3, because like right after I do big cubes, I just can't do 3x3 well. I don't know why. And then I'll just like do some side events if I feel like it.
Okay, and how often do you practice a day, would you say, like
Uh,
hours wise or time?
On weekends or like days that I have a lot of free time, probably around 5 hours.
Okay,
It's not consistent, but yeah.
it's a heck of
And
a lot of
then
time.
and then on weekdays, like 1 to 2, depends. depends on how much schoolwork I have.
All right, nice. So I can definitely see you putting a lot of work to this. And you say your results aren't like equivalent to what you have right now, but
Absolutely not. They're like half a year old because there haven't been comps.
yeah, same with me also. Like I bet if both of us went to a competition now, it'd be a lot different, and we'd probably break a lot of PBs. And I think is sum of rank something you look for
Yeah,
a lot?
definitely.
Okay, nice. All right, thank you for sharing that. And then, Dan, I had a question for you about your YouTube channel because that is something that I think you're passionate about as well. Do you want to just explain like how that started up, what you had the idea, how you had the idea?
Yeah, yeah. So I had the idea around 2 months ago, almost three. So basically, I had an idea of just making like a cubing channel because I knew how to solve like the cubes and all that. So I started my channel around 3 months ago, and I thought of it as a cubing channel because, like I said again, like I know how to solve the cube, right? So so I just want to make content that like people enjoy. Some of them can be really cringy, I know that. But yeah, but I just like to make content that people enjoy and all that. So yeah, that's the idea that I had in my brain when I first started my channel.
Okay. And what else? What do you think sets your channel apart from other cubing channels? Have you thought about that before?
Not really, but if I had to answer that right now, it'd probably be that I guess I guess that I'm not really sure how to answer that right now. But if I do think of something, I might tell you later. But yeah, but for right now, I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think you've definitely grown since the beginning. I can definitely tell with that. Like, do you think YouTube has helped you with like public speaking, or what else has it helped you with, at least?
Yeah, it's definitely helped me with like public speaking because I do have a problem with like I stutter a lot. So yeah, so that I think that's helped me like with my problem. And yeah, so that's basically what YouTube I think has like done with me. And yeah.
Okay. And then Jake, do you also have a channel, or do you
Uh, I
produce
mean,
content?
sort of. I just kind of upload solves if I feel like it. I really haven't been uploading since there are no comps.
Okay. Yeah. But I feel like I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but have you guys learned anything like during quarantine or picked anything up like honed in on like some skills or something that you think like you've gotten good at, maybe something you picked up?
Uh, well, I learned CSP back in like May and then forgot it all because I quit Squan.
Okay. All right. Dan, what about you?
I think I learned like good look ahead more like yeah, cause I can like look at C5 pairs now like very like good. So yeah, I did learn a little I think yeah, just like a little bit, but I am more like consistent and more like my F2L pairs back then weren't like really good, and now I guess they're advanced. So yeah.
Okay. Would you say my critique has helped you with that? Just asking.
Yeah, it definitely has, Max. Thank you for that too.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. And all right, so Jake, I want to go back to the all-arounder sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
you know Sebastian Carlo, right?
Yeah.
I believe,
Yeah.
yeah, he was on the podcast before and he was talking about um like practicing all around events also. But so I think you would say you're more of like an N by N sort of person, so to speak.
Yeah, M by N's and then like yeah, I'm like not good at Pira or Skew, but like yeah, I'm good at M by N's. That's where I focus most of my practice. I just don't really practice blind or anything like that. I just do it occasionally.
Okay. Like Sebastian, like the reason why I brought him up is because he talked about like how he practices maybe like 3 or 4 events
Uh-huh.
each day and like really focuses on them. And like do you ever film your solves cuz that's what he does and then he like looks back at it and sees what he can improve? Like 'cause it's a lot to manage. Like there's like many different events. There's like 15 or so that you have to manage. I don't know, like 17,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Yeah, I don't really practice like he does, like where he does. Well, I also listen to that podcast. He says he does like 3 events per week and just zones in on those. No, I just kind of do everything at once. I find that more fun. And also, I don't record my solves because I do not have a functioning camera at the current moment.
Okay. And on the side of learning Algs, how often do you learn Algs for the different events? Because that's a lot of events to jumble for in different Algs.
Well, I learned full EG1 in one day earlier
Wow.
this week, and Parker's gonna teach me advanced for Scube so I can not be trash. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to say I guess I learned a decent amount of Algs because I also learned stuff like OLL for 3x3. I learned that pretty early on. I learned that before I was sub 15.
Okay. And then, okay, so you learned EG1 in one day. Do you want to walk through the process of how you did that, sorta? How
Don't do
did you
that.
learn that
I
many Algs?
don't do that. It makes my memory for some of the Algs kind of bad. Definitely split it up into multiple days
Okay.
if you want to learn it.
How much time did that take, just asking?
Like 5 hours.
Man, that's dedication right there, yeah. Man. And has that improved your solves in any way, would you say?
No, because I've still been drilling them. Or like I know it's gonna improve myself once I get the Algs down, but
Okay.
haven't
I
really
guess I
gotten
could
to
see
that
you
point
more
yet.
as like an Alg type person there because, yeah, you just learned that many Algs. Like, how many Algs are there in EG1 again?
40. I think there's 42 cases, but two of them are just like Ortega cases, so I don't really count those.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot. I'm not much of an Alg person. I maybe learn like 2, 3 Algs a week or so. I don't know if that's good or not, but I mainly focus on 3x3. I'm trying to learn COLL. I don't know COLL yet, and um, I'm like sub 9 on 3x3 on a good day, I'd say. Um, but I think I don't know. There's just some people who like to learn a lot of Algs and then implement them, and then there's some people who just like get to like to look or like to use what they have already, spam a bunch of solves, and then learn Algs slow over time. Um, but I guess you sort of seem
Mm,
like the Alg
that
guy.
was
I don't know.
that was sort of me with 3x3 for a while. Actually, I didn't learn CO like I learned some of COL recently, not even like that much. Like I didn't really touch upon it until I was sub 9. So
Yeah, they're pretty easy to recognize though. You just gotta recognize the corner,
yeah,
like opposites or
yeah. So
similar.
because I already do CLL, so that on
Oh
two
yeah,
by
it
two,
makes it
so
a lot
that
easier.
helped. Yeah.
Yeah. And Dan, what about you? How have you been learning Algs recently?
I don't think you've seen this on my YouTube channel, but I challenged Cubics. Well, not like the one that's like CY, like not that one, but like another Cubics. Like he's not he has 300 subs, I'm pretty sure. And I challenged him to a competition where I have to learn full OLA and PLO, and he has to learn a new thing on the cube, and he did Rue. Surprisingly, he learned it in an hour, but he made it harder on himself. But basically, here's what he had to do. He had to do like a solve, like a sub 15 solve with Rue, and he did accomplish that, but it was never on camera. So yeah, and then that encouraged me to learn more PLO algs and more OLO algs. So basically, yeah, that's how I've been learning my algorithms.
Okay. And wait, how long have you been cubing again? I think I forgot.
I've been cubing for almost I think a year. Yeah, a year.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think it's like I think I went down sort of the same path as you. Like I didn't really learn that many Algs in the beginning. Like I think I was younger also. Like I didn't learn that many Algs, but I think it's good what you're doing. Like you said you don't know full OLL and PLO yet, but I think yeah, working on F2L like you said, that's something you that's something that's good that you picked up. And how would you say you practice like during the day? Like I asked Jake this, but how often do you practice and how long?
I practice almost every day except on Sunday because I have church on that day, and so I practice at least 2 or 3 hours a day.
Okay. And just like Jake, do you ever plan on expanding to other events? Like I know you do 2x2 and Pyraminx, I believe.
Yeah, I also do 4x4, but I'm not really good at it. I also do Mega Minx, and again, I'm not good at that either. And 5x5, I'm still learning that. So I guess I'm thinking of expanding to other like events. Yes, especially Square One, because that's what I'm like wanting to actually learn right now, Square One. But the thing is, I don't have a Square One, so I'm gonna have to buy one.
Okay. And then Now, shifting to another topic, about online comps. So, have you guys participated in any online comps recently? Like whether it was during the summer or before that? Like, what are your thoughts on that sort of?
Yes, and I really didn't like them. Not even that doesn't at all resemble like an in-person comp. They're just not fun, honestly.
Dan, what about you?
I have participated in an online comp, and in yours, I actually did it with Telekoshi. I was in your comp there, and I also like yeah. Jake is also like I like agree with him because it's not like the actual comp experience. Even though I've never been to a comp, but I feel like if I did go to a comp, I feel like it'd be more like exciting to meet like actual like new people. Which in online comps you still meet new people, but not like in person, and it's different from like learning like no not learning but like meeting people like directly face to face than doing it online. So yeah, yeah, that's basically what I think on online comps.
Okay. And yeah, I feel like online competitions are very time consuming as well. Like I think like I made a couple of final rounds and like you have to go on stream. It's just a really time consuming day. Like I remember we started at 11 o'clock on one competition, ended at like 8 o'clock. I don't know, it's just insane. Like some comps go off schedule. I haven't done one since I think July, I believe, and they're just time consuming. I guess yeah, you sort of do miss out on the social interaction, definitely 100%. But I'd say for me, the environment is sort of the same in a sense, like without people around you. Like, I just feel myself. You're sort of under that pressure. You're by yourself, but like, you're at home. I don't know. It's sort of
Um,
like online school and school.
I
I'm
feel
sort of a
like
fan of it, but not really.
I
Yeah, yeah,
feel like
exactly.
I feel like online comps are just kind of the worst part of in-person comps. Like the worst part of in-person comps, in my opinion, it's not even that bad, but just like when you have like consecutive finals, like you have to like compete a bunch, and like you're just kind of mentally drained, and uh, you just like have a bunch of finals one after another. That's what online comps feel like to me, and you don't really get to like talk with anybody.
Yeah, when you miss out on that social interaction, it's definitely key there. And now, so Jake, you've been to a bunch of competitions now.
Yeah,
Your WCA profile says about 23. Okay,
23. Yeah.
23. Yeah. Okay, so and you've podiumed 5 times. I'm looking at that.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So I personally have never podiumed at all either. So
Oh wow.
what is the experience podiuming? 'Cause I've never
Um,
gone through that.
Yeah, my first podium was in three blind, and it was a total fluke. Basically, I made it to finals, and like 8 people, 8 out of 12 people triple DNF'd, and I got a better result than one person. And I went really safety. I got like a 3 minute 30-second solve because that was my last solve, and I just wanted a success. Uh, it felt pretty good. I didn't really feel like I deserved it that time, but then like my most recent podium was in square one. I got second. That felt really rewarding. I felt like I did deserve that because I got pretty good average. Uh, yeah, it's fun.
Okay. And so you would so like in local competitions you just like receive a certificate and maybe like a gift card to like a local cube store, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of cubers nowadays, like especially younger ones, are getting really really fast because I think back then there was like nobody really under the age of, I want to say, like 13 who was like extremely fast. And now that I think about it, like I might make a series on my channel that's like Road to Podium, like when competitions start back up, because I've been to 38 competitions and haven't podium in a single one.
Oh
I don't
wow.
know if the Northeast is like really competitive or anything,
It's
but
probably that.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you guys, I don't know if you know this about me, but I think back in 2019, I really wanted to make it to 3x3 finals, but I think it was, I don't know the exact comps, but I think it was like George School Open, Meadowlands, something like that, somewhere around that area. I missed 3x3 finals by one spot 3 times in a row, 3 consecutive comps. I think they were like in the same month. That was kind of disappointing for me, but
Really?
yeah,
I missed finals by one spot at one comp, and I felt crushed. But three, damn.
yeah, 3 in a row. I guess that's unlucky, but um, I guess that makes me want to persevere and I guess uh train more and cube more to get better at the event that I want to get good at. But Dan, have you like what are your thoughts on competitions? Like, what do you think to expect when you go to your first comp?
Wait. So I guess I'll go first since I haven't gone to a comp. uh, what I'd expect at my first comp is like a bunch of people there. But if it's like right after like COVID is like over, I'd expect like a few people there, not a whole bunch, but at least a few. And I would expect that there would be like events that like I actually like to do there, which I'm pretty sure there's gonna be. And what I'd expect is not to do as great as many of the other people, but I'd like at least like want to at least go to round two of the competition.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, at my first competition, I think I expected a lot also. Like it was Manhasset Fall 2015 and that was like when Colin Burns, that was actually like the day Lucas Etter broke the 4.9 world record, I believe, and that was the same day Colin Burns got that 5.21 miss scramble. I actually left early because I got 81st place in 3x3 at that competition with a 40 something average, I believe. And I just remember like I thought there was good. I remember watching like Sayo the King's nationals videos. I expected it to be like that. I had really high expectations for the competitions, but it didn't happen. So I guess the first competition is just an experience, and I think that's a way where you should find friends, find like some people you have similar interests to you who live near you around there, and then get into contact with them. Maybe like do video calls. That's what I used to do. Like I
Yeah.
think Tyler Kochi and like Owen Brooks, they were my first like cubing friends at Rutgers 2018, I believe. So Jake, what about you? Do you have any like experiences like social interactions at competitions
Yeah.
or stuff like
So
that?
I didn't actually really make any of my friends at my first comp. I made like all of them at my second comp, which is interesting. Um, yeah, I don't know. My squad sort of. Uh, I guess they all live in like the Northwest. There's like this big squad. It has like Max Shaw and like it has some of the famous people from the Northwest and also just some other cool people. And I guess I'm sort of part of that. And it's pretty fun going to comps with them when I get a chance to fly there because basically I used to live in Portland, Oregon, which is in the Northwest. So I used to go to comps there, and then I moved.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think a person should feel pressure to like get cubing friends in like the first comp or so, like you said. And for me, I don't think I like had a real cubing friend that I like stuck with until Rutgers, like I said, 2018. That's 3 years after, maybe like 2.5 years after I actually started going to competitions. And I think I was a very antisocial person, and that's what cubing really helped with. And like right now, like doing this podcast, I know I'm stuttering a lot, having pauses, saying stuff like that. It's helping me with my public speaking, and I think cubing helped me in a similar way to be a little bit more social, and it helped me to like talk to people. And have you guys seen any like parallels with that cubing has helped you in life, anything like that? Like for me, it's just the social interactions.
Yeah,
I
kind
think
of.
okay. Jake,
I'll
you go first.
okay. Yeah, I mean, uh, basically all my friends are cubers. I don't like have any school friends or anything. Uh, just like local cubers or like I said before, Pacific Northwest cubers. And I mean, I guess that sort of helps me like not feel lonely. I don't know.
Okay. Nice. Dan, what about you?
Wait. So, basically, like, yeah, like friends probably, yeah, because cubing can also like help you like a lot with not being lonely, like Jake said. And then like there's a bunch of people who have the same interest as you know, so like you can make friends pretty easily.
Okay. And yeah, I'm also thinking about at my school, my high school, I'm thinking about creating a Rubik's Cube club, and I think I'm trying to email the principal here. And do you guys have any ideas for like what I can sort of say and like what cubing helps with? Because I told him that it helps with like dexterity and reflexes. I don't know if that's true or not, but what would you guys say that like cubing has helped with? Like in that
uh,
sort of sense, like physical aspect maybe.
yeah, social interaction and uh, I'm honestly not really sure.
And Jake, do you have a Rubik's Cube club at your school, by the
No,
way?
but I was actually thinking of starting one because I know that there's a freshman that just came in that like cubes, and he was thinking of starting a cubing club. I've been like maybe once physical school starts again in like I don't know 3 years. Anyway, uh, once physical school starts again, I'm gonna like reach out to him and maybe we can start something.
Yeah. It's good that you have somebody else there in your school who does cubing also. Like I haven't had anybody in my grade really who cubes. Like there's some people who can solve a cube just as like sort of just a one-time thing, just to say like, oh, I solved the cube, something like that. But there's nobody who really goes to competitions who like can solve the cube regularly. But I want to build that tight knit community in my school who maybe I can inspire them to do so, because that's what cubing is all about. I want to bring more people into the community. So Dan, do you sort of have a parallel to that? Do you ever think about starting a cubing club in your school?
Yeah, I actually do because I'm like the only I think I'm like the only kid in my grade who actually knows how to solve a Rubik's cube. And I want to make like a cubing club so that I can help more people if they're interested in solving the cube. And because a lot of people are really interested in solving, but they just don't know they're interested in knowing how to solve it, but they think like they should be like like smarter than everyone else to be able to solve it, which that isn't actually true because you don't need to be like super smart. You just need to like memorize algorithms and all that. So I do want to start like a cubing club in my school, because like I want to bring more people into the cubing um like I want to bring more people into cubing basically. And yeah, so that's basically my idea on it.
I mean, I'm not gonna name any names, but yeah, there are a lot of dumb cubers. Not a lot, but like there definitely are dumb cubers.
Mm, okay. And yeah, I think anybody can solve the cube, like Dan was talking about before. Um, and like there's a 3-year-old who solved the cube. Did you see that back in like 2017, Jake? I don't know if you've seen this or not,
Yeah,
but I forgot. It was like that person in China, I believe, Chan Hong Lik's brother, or I mean sister, I believe. I think Cubing Encoded made a video on that.
yeah, I've seen something about it.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I don't know how a 3-year-old does that.
I
But
know, right? Like that's amazing.
all right, and on this podcast, we have 2 segments normally, but I'm just going to condense it down to one, the Would You Rather, because it's sort of hard to do the rapid fire segment here. But Would You Rather segment. Would you rather? I have 3 questions for you guys,
Epic.
and you can answer them separately. I have one that is non-cubing related and 2 that are cubing related. So, which one would you like to start with first? Non-cubing or cubing?
Let's do non-cubing first.
Yeah, non-cubing.
Okay. I asked this to Phil you last time. If you'd have the world's attention for 10 seconds, what would you say? Well, not really would you rather question, but just something to get you spinning, your head spinning.
Uh,
Okay, Jake, go first.
no. I'm trying to think.
It's tough. It's tough.
I'll just say something because I have like something in my head.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would say to like if I had the world's like attention, I would basically say like there shouldn't be like so much like harm in this world, you know. People should accept like the way that they are, and like there's racism around the world and a bunch of other things that I don't want to name, but yeah, and there shouldn't be that much harm in the world because it's like we're all people, you know, we're equal in every way.
well said.
Yeah.
Uh,
Inspiring.
I don't know. I feel like not everybody would really like take it super seriously, so I might just say something dumb and funny.
Yeah. And half the people won't even understand what you're saying, you know, because they
Yeah,
speak different languages.
not like way less than well,
Yeah,
like only 1 billion people or something would understand. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and Phil last week said he would just say hi. I mean, it's really hard to get the whole entire world's attention, like under their consent at least. Like to and I asked him would he promote cubing at all because that's something he's really passionate about, like the cubing community. And he said, yeah, in a sense. He's like, oh, here's a hobby I do. It's called cubing, and you solve Rubik's cubes for fun. Um, if you want to check it out, you can. Something like that. But like, would you guys ever consider promoting cubing in that sense of level if everybody could understand you and you had their consent?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I would also.
Okay. Moving on to the next would you rather question I have is, um, would you rather only be able to cube 1 week before an official competition, or never be able to go to a competition again but still be able to cube?
Definitely 1 week before an official comp, because like I've had periods where I could there was this one period in like April and May 2019 where I went to like 4 comps within 30 days, so I'd actually be able to like cube a fair amount.
Like during that time period when you're not cubing, what would you do? Like, do you have any other hobbies, like non-cubing related
I
wise?
don't know. I just play Minecraft with the boys, honestly.
Okay. Dan, what about you?
Yeah, I'd also do the practice 1 week before the competition because if I want to go to competitions though because like I've never been to one and they look really fun, and yeah, so that's why I'd pick that.
Okay. And Dan, do you have any other non-cubing hobbies that you do instead of that? Like in the time replaced of practicing?
Yeah, I I do play I play the piano and then I also play the drums. So those are like two instruments that I like. They're hobbies to play. Like for me, like I like to play them like as hobbies. So yeah.
And then piggybacking off that, would you rather question, I have this last one. Would you rather, Jake, in your scenario, would you rather give up cubing or Minecraft? And in Dan, for Dan, would you rather give up cubing or your instruments?
I'd have to say Minecraft, even though like I've been playing it for so long and it's really changed my life. I think cubing has too, and like
Minecraft has changed your life, and like
yeah, it has.
strategy wise, like you're more strategic or
I mean, I don't know. It was just like a part of my childhood, sorta.
okay. Dan, what are your thoughts?
I would say let's see. I'd say uh this one's sad, but I'd say give up cubing because like the instruments, like they've taught me a lot more. And then I don't want to be. I hope no one gets offended by this because but yeah, and I also want to play on my church too. So that's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess when you've invested more time in something, like Dan, I'm sure you've invested more time in instruments than cubing. And Jake, yeah, like you said, Minecraft is something that you've been doing since your childhood. And but do you ever think you'll grow out of that? By the way, like Minecraft, because um, I know it's something you've done since you're younger, but
I don't know. I mean, I've
I don't
already
know.
been playing it for 8 years. I don't see any reason to stop. It's not really
Okay,
something you grow out of. Minecraft is just like a game that's kind of always there.
yeah, I see. It's what you grew up with. Yeah, I respect that and understand it. Yeah, but great answers for both of you. For me personally, I would say I'd have to. Well, like for me, what I would like my thing that I do instead of cubing, I'd say is like create videos or like create content out on YouTube or like other platforms. I'd say I have to give up. If that's really hard, I'd say I give up cubing also, like Dan, because I feel like cubing is something that you can't really do like for a very long time. I'd say like speed wise, but you can still be in the community, and I feel like I'd sort of lose interest in a sense. And content creation is something I'm passionate about, and I can do like for a longer period of time, like till I'm a lot older. So that wraps up the Would You Rather segment on this podcast. We are approaching the 34-minute mark on here, and now I just have one last thing I want to discuss with you guys. So both of you said you want to possibly be a co-host on this podcast. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, I just want to also give a rundown of like how this works and see if you're still interested after this because there is a process here, and if you guys are interested, I love to have helpers and like help me like create this, and also like you guys can interact with the people as well. Because I mean, I want to sort of share this platform and bring as many people in, and if that means like adding other people like Dan and Jake, you seem like really good people, and I think that you'd be a great addition, but I just want to go through the process here. So the way this works is I plan it out. I know this is going like public also, but like people can know like how the process of the podcast works also. But so I plan it out. Like I showed you guys Notion as well. So if you guys were to see like the Notion, the episodes on there, so it goes from like the different phases of ideas to planning to completed. So that's what I like to do. So for planning something out, that means I plan out the would you rather questions, the rapid fire questions. So that could be your role, for example, or you could just bring on a guest. So I don't know if you guys have communication, like are good at communicating with other cubers. Maybe you can
Yeah,
bring on
I
other people.
definitely have
Jake,
other
are you good
people
with
that
that?
I could bring on. Uh,
Okay, like the people in your community. Like I don't think I've had Max Xiao on it yet. I think I've talked
yeah,
with him before, but
and I mean I'm also in contact with like Luke Garrett. Yeah, I don't
okay,
know. I
all right, that's good. I think yeah, that's great. And so also on the planning wise and sort of actually promoting also. So I don't know if you guys are too like intact with like social media or anything, but that's also another way we can like spread the podcast as well, and maybe just like promoting it on Discord servers, just like chats or like I don't know, Instagram stories. That's what I like to do, or that's just something else that I think you guys would fit in the role also. And I think like something like this, like how all three of us are talking at the same time, like instead of bringing on a guest, we could just have a conversation. Maybe we just bring up a topic or somebody requests something that we can just discuss. So does that sound good to you guys? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that actually sounds very good to me.
yeah, sounds nice.
Okay. So that's pretty much the process. I think I'll take care of the editing most of the time and the publishing. I normally just edit it on iMovie and then just publish it, and then you guys can see it. I think I normally schedule it, so I'll let you guys see it earlier if you guys are committed to being a co-host as well. And but one thing I like to see is if people have energy. So you guys, I can see you guys bring value and somewhat energetic. I think in a way you both have different personalities, but
I'm
I think you
definitely
guys
more energetic IRL. It's just yeah.
okay. But I think you both bring good value to the viewers or listeners. So I think that's what's really important as well. But that just wraps up what I had to say. So anything else
Yeah.
you want to add to that?
No, not really.
Okay. So before we wrap this up, where can people find you on the internet, Jake and Dan?
You can go to my channel. It's just I don't know. Max can probably like link it
Yeah, I'll link it in the
somewhere.
show notes.
Epic.
Okay.
And yeah, people can also find my channel also. And then I also have Discord. So it's Dan the Cuber, but all lowercase and together. And I think Max can also have that in there hopefully.
Okay, so I will link both of your channels and Dan's Discord server in the show notes down below. Be sure to check them out as well. And any final thoughts, guys? Anything you want to just mention before we wrap up?
No, not really.
Nope.
Okay, thank you both for coming on the show. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this.
All right. Thanks for hosting us.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Max.
That wraps up episode 9 of season 2 of the Cubes of Saturdays podcast. Hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. We are slowly closing out season 2. It has been an extremely long journey, and just I feel like I've gotten a lot of value out of like talking to a lot of people in the Cuban community, whether they're a small creator, large creator, just anybody at different skill levels, whether they just started cubing like a year ago or started cubing many years ago, like Phil. It's just really nice to see that we have a good variety of people on this podcast, and thank you so much for listening to the end of this one. I really appreciate each and every single one of you who get up to this point in the podcast. And yeah, just one last announcement that I just want to say. So we are looking for a co-host indeed. Jake and Dan have been considered. I've been trying to collaborate with them a little bit more, getting them into the details, so hopefully we can have some future episodes with them that are more intriguing for you guys. And let me know also in the comments down below, or email me. You guys can check that out in my description and or my about page on YouTube. And then if you're interested in becoming a co-host, be sure to let me know, and I will definitely consider it. But I'm looking for somebody who has good energy, is committed to do it for a lot of weeks on end, and is really consistent, able to help plan, and is able to get guests, promote the podcast as a whole, and just in general bring life to the podcast, and so we can have some great conversations and just have and just make the podcast better as a whole. So thank you so much for listening to this episode 9 of the Cubes of Saturdays podcast, season 2. Hope you guys did enjoy this one, and I'll catch you guys next time. Comment, like, subscribe. See you guys next time.